steps I take from my bed to the floor. 5, 6, 7, 8. Will today be rough or will today be great? 9, 10, 11, 12. Lately I've been going through hell. 13, 14, 15, 16. Today's the day. Are you coming? Are you sick of being normal? I'm sick of being average. I'm sick of being mortal. I'm about to be a savage. I see a lot of things that I want, I will have them. I got a new mindset that I just established. I'll march through the cold with the nails on the pavement. I'll shovel that coal just to get out the basement. My story will be told, helping others make changes. I'll be so bold they will watch in amazement.
Am I gonna face it? Am I gonna chase it? Am I gonna start over? I keep waiting. Time is limited, quickly fading. Get my mind right, it's my time to take it. Am I gonna face it? Am I gonna chase it? Am I gonna start over? I keep waiting. Time is limited, quickly fading. Get my mind right, it's my time to take it.
Foot up on the pedal, pushing hard to the metal. Make a deal with the devil, channel rage through my vessel into something that is special. Energy of a rebel, going up a level. I just wanna be greatness. I could feel changes, turn a new page and tie up my laces. I will be the bravest, break out of my cages. I will not be nameless, I will not be aimless.
Am I gonna chase it? Am I gonna start over? I keep waiting. Time is limited, quickly fading. It's my time to take it. Am I gonna face it? Am I gonna chase it? Am I gonna start over? I keep waiting. Time is limited, quickly fading. When I'm not right, it's my time to take it.
What a season. What a team. The greatest Eagles team in modern history. Hurts lets it go. Complete A.J. Brown. He's in. Touchdown, Eagles.
Who said it cannot be done? Here to overcome. They can't turn me down. It's too loud. Still on 101. Yes. Still. Turn me down. Ball is out. Only got me stronger because I've been through a lot. Here to play my role, I'm not in the press box. And I'm down to run up for everybody running blocks. Every move is B.I.G. Cell phone on D&D. Locked in big time, 7 days of the week. If they snooze, let them sleep. Plan A is plan B. On the go, not even close. Keep the score out of reach. Who said it cannot be done? Here to overcome, they can't turn me down. This too loud, still I'm 101. Yes, still.
Like, just winning the Super Bowl is insane. It's something that you dream about as a kid. You practice that moment in your head so many times. You live that moment in your head so many times. And when it happens, it's an amazing feeling. You're like, I reached Mount Everest. I reached the top. And then, like, 2 days after, I went to sleep because now you're just like, how do I do it again? I do it again. And, like, that's the beauty of it. It's like, all right, I did it. Now we got to go do it again. And how do we do it again? And it's going to look completely different.
When I'm built for the clock, ain't no question if we different in life. Running it back, I'm still one of the ones. Do what you do, I get to every block. I'm one of the ones. I'm one of the ones. I'm one of the ones. one of the ones. I'm one of
What is going on, everybody? What is going on? Welcome back to the Locked In Podcast, episode 226. Wanted to give you guys a shout out real quick. I wanted to give a shout out to the all-time Philly guys for that intro there. What is going on, guys? Welcome back into the building. We're talking Birds tonight, season opener tomorrow. So, we had to hop on the mic here tonight. A couple of you guys want to welcome back into the podcast. Returning guests, Rob Laventure was on last week. Rob, what's up, bro?
What's going on, Steve? What's going on, everybody?
Appreciate you coming on, bro. And then also welcome back in Rich Mitchell as well with Rich and Media. Appreciate you jumping on, brother.
Thank you for having me once again.
Yeah, of course, bro. We might have two others coming too. Well, Mario should be coming on. He'll be a little late. And then our guy from the West Coast, Zach, should be coming on potentially as well in a little bit. He's going to be a little late as well. So we might have like 5 of us in here. But the season opener is tomorrow. So obviously we're going early. We're going live a day earlier than we typically do. We're going to talk everything. This is going to be some general sports talk, getting ready for tomorrow's game. We not only host the Cowboys, but obviously we open up the NFL season being the Super Bowl winners as well. It's typically how it goes. So we open up the entire season of football tomorrow. Spotlight's going to be on us. Thursday night football, ring ceremony. It's going to be something else, man. It's always exciting when you get to not only open up the season, not only play the Dallas Cowboys, who are your division rival, but then on top of it, you get to have the ring ceremony. It's going to be super dope. So I'm excited to see that tomorrow, as are tons and millions and millions and millions of other Eagles fans. Man, it's going to be something else.
Yes, sir. Going to open up the season, against the Cowgirls. So excited to see it.
I don't want to get too hyped, man. It's we're going to shake the rust off and everything for it's always like that week one. But I am anticipating they probably are going to kick the shit out of the Cowboys tomorrow. Especially everything going on over there with the whole Micah Parsons trade to Green Bay for Kenny Clark. I know that there's a lot of things going on over there in Dallas. It's in our building. This is going to be the ring ceremony. This is going to be a big game. Obviously, that goes without saying. But I just think we should beat them pretty handily. Week one, even last year we played in Brazil, threw 30-something points up on Green Bay to open it. We're home for this game. Crowd's going to be crazy. I'm anticipating a big W tomorrow. A big one. I think it's going to be crazy. So I'm just going to hop right into it. Guys, I'll say, of course, as always, if you're watching on YouTube and you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button and hit that little notification bell in the corner to the left to turn those notifications on if you like content related to personal growth or sports. So you don't want to miss that type of content. Typically, we're live on Thursdays, but obviously this week, like I said, since the Eagles play tomorrow, we're live on Wednesday. But typically Thursdays around 7:30. If you're on Facebook, assuming you're already part of the community, so thank you for that. Still hit that like button. Really, really helps us out with the algorithm. If you comment on YouTube, I can if you want to add to the discussion, genuinely appreciate that. I can throw your comments up on the screen if you're commenting on YouTube. Because of meta privacy concerns on Facebook, I just have to read them out loud. There's nothing I can do with that, but still comment in. It really, really helps us out. Add to the discussion. If you're an Eagles fan, let us know your thoughts and just jump in and have fun here. You can listen on Spotify. You can listen on Anchor. And if you hit that download button, that really helps us as well. That being said, guys, enjoy the show. All right, guys. So I know we had talked on – I'm not sure if both of you or one of you were here for the episode a few weeks ago. It was the first sports one we did in a while, but it was kind of just like an opener to kind of preview this one coming in. I know we had walked through the schedule. Everybody, obviously, I don't think you were here, Rob, but I think Rich was here. Rich, you were here, right, a few weeks ago?
That's correct.
Yeah, it was you and Mario, I think. And we all predicted we all predicted, what was it, 15-2 or 14-3 going into the season when we walked through the schedule. Now, obviously, that pending injuries, we can't predict anything for injury. So if we have a fully healthy team or a relatively healthy team, predicting about 15-2, 14-3, this was an easy, a decision for us to pick this as a win. You don't take any games for granted in football. Dak does have, a good. I have to be honest. He has a good record against the NFC East. But thoughts going into this game, especially with the whole Micah Parsons thing. They gave up for 2 first rounds, Kenny Clark, and sent Micah packing to Green Bay. What are you guys' initial thoughts going into this game with the hype surrounding it, obviously? And either of you can go.
I can go. So so my initial thoughts is Cowboys didn't really add much in the offseason, at least nothing very notable, for my understanding. So they sort of the same team from last year, a few additions, but rookies and free agent signings, but nothing that's fairly notable. I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, but it looks like obviously Dak is coming back. But the fact that they lost one of their superstar linebackers really shows like the deterioration of the team already coming in. Jerry Jones was saying like they did it to stop the run, but I think it was really because of Parsons, attitude about the Cowboys and didn't want to be there. So that's why he really traded him, because you don't trade a possible future of Hall of Famer like that. So going in, man, I think the Eagles have too much firepower. The Cowboys are kind of deteriorating. They're not in the top 2 in the NFC East, in my opinion, anymore. And we're gonna go in and I think it should be a fairly easy win for us.
Yeah, all fair points. And yeah, I don't think the Cowboys really made any additions really in the offseason last year. They kind of just stayed put. They drafted, but nothing super notable, to be honest. It's just nothing that really kind of stands out as like a game changer type player. Obviously you never know, but I just think I agree with you, Rob, that I think it kind of says a lot to the deterioration of the team. Micah truly wanted out, and I had actually said that I think beforehand to one of my friends who's actually a Cowboys fan, and he agreed with that. He just said, I just think he wanted out. I mean, if they would have paid him, maybe, but I really do think like he really wanted to get out of Dallas. Like it was very personal that he wanted to be out of there. So, it says a lot. It's good for us. It's good for us, obviously. And I think it's easy to kind of see, at least from the early picture, that it looks like it's going to be us and Washington fighting for the division. And it looks like Dallas is going to probably be more so. I wouldn't say they're in the very bottom, like under New York. I'd still say the Giants are still going to be the basement. I think the Giants will be a little better than they were last year, but I still don't think that they're good enough to be anything relevant. But I think Dallas is going to be more towards the basement with New York in my initial predictions.
Yeah, I would say the one notable signing they did have, from what I see now, is George Pickens.
I actually forgot about that.
Yeah, so they did have George Pickens. So just to reiterate that, they did have one notable through trade. So having CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens, we'll see how that goes. 2 players that really demand the ball a lot. So one is going to have to be unselfish, kind of like we have with the Eagles with the firepower at receivers. But, still don't think that will get them over the line of the Eagles and the Redskins.
Yeah, because I don't think their D is good enough. Their defense isn't great, especially with Michael leaving. But I would also say they don't have a really relevant running game. And that's been the problem with Dallas, to be honest. They're requiring Dak Prescott to throw the ball a lot. They put a lot of pressure on Dak Prescott to throw the football, and they never really have signed. I mean, you figure since who was it that was there? I'm trying to think. They had Zeke, and then after Zeke declined, Pollard.
Yeah.
Even on Pollard, he was kind of mid. I mean, he's never been he's not a game wrecker. Like, they haven't really had like a stud running back, I think, since Zeke was in his prime. So I mean, that's a problem. You need a run game to make people respect you in the two elements of the game, the pass and the run. And that's the problem for Dallas, is they put a lot of pressure on Dak Prescott, but it makes your offense relatively one-dimensional, which, it's easy to expose a team. Like, you'd be able to see if you don't have a relative run game, it's a problem.
True. Very true.
But Rich, what's your thoughts going into this one?
I mean, I already had the Eagles winning with Micah, so without Micah, I think it's going to be a slaughter. I mean, they had the 31st ranked defense last year. And then there's no, like you guys said, there's no notable add-ons in terms of defense. They did add George Pickens, so I do suspect that the Cowboys will try to hold on to the ball as much as possible during this game. I don't think it will make a difference. They're going to be using a lot of pre-snap motion. So Cowboys' new coach loves pre-snap motion. So they're gonna be moving Pickens and CeeDee Lamb around a lot, trying to find that weakness, because there is that weakness on the outside across from Mitchell, where we're still trying to find that other cornerback. We have Cooper DeJean is going to be in the slot. Pretty sure we're going to be putting him on CeeDee Lamb all night. He's going to be following CeeDee Lamb all night, in motion, and with Mitchell on Pickens more likely than not. But Cowboys are gonna constantly try to find that mismatch all night through pre-snap motion. They're gonna be trying to use a lot of trick plays and a lot of things just to hold on to the ball. I do suspect that Dak will be put in a lot of difficult situations, because I do have faith in all the guys who are coming back, the D-line, Jalen Carter, Nolan Smith. We got most of our defense, minus a couple guys I feel like we maintain. I didn't really feel like the loss of Darius Slay made a big impact. CJ Gardner-Johnson most definitely, but I do like how we did re-sign. We drafted Makuba, from Texas. I think he'll be a great addition. And then also we re-signed a safety. I forgot. It was an old school Eagle safety from the first Super Bowl that we won. He was a backup safety, was gone for a while, came back. I forgot his name.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I'm forgetting his name too. He wasn't with us last year. We re-signed from him from the first round. Yeah, I forget what the name is. I'll look it up.
He's a solid player, heavy hitter, great backup safety. So if something happens with Makuba, because Makuba is getting over injury from training camp, he'll be able to step in. I don't think he'll be able to miss a beat. Very similar defense to Steichen. It's just Vic Fangio has his own tricks up his sleeve and his own way of doing things that commands more respect and more discipline. So I don't think that Cowboys trying to hold on to the ball will make a difference. I think our offense is built to hold on to the ball with the run game. We got Saquon coming back. And we also have that running back that we got from the Packers. I forgot his name too. It's like I'm having
AJ Dillon.
Yeah.
AJ Dillon. There you go. So I also have faith in Will Shipley as a third or second string. I think he's third string, but I do have faith in Will Shipley too. And so our offense is pretty much flawless. It's the same. Eagles are the same. Like you guys said, Cowboys, besides the Pickens, virtually it's still probably worse with the loss of Parsons. So I don't expect anything less for us to go in there, drop that banner, excuse my language, whoop ass. Like that's my expectation for this team.
Yeah. Like on the offense, we really hardly lost anybody. Like the offense is still solidified. The good thing is the Eagles locked up a lot of these players before the season even ended last year. You remember they paid AJ, they paid Devontae, Hurts obviously got his contract. Barkley solidified. I mean, these guys are all locked up. On the offensive side, obviously they locked up the O linemen too. So I mean, they're pretty set on that front. Yeah, on the defensive side, Slay, he's older, right? Obviously we lost BG because he retired, but BG was only getting Brandon Graham was only getting a portion of snaps. Obviously, being older, he wasn't getting the full load. I will say Milton Williams, that's a relatively decent one. To lose Milton Williams. I think I would actually say that and CJ Gardner-Johnson are probably the two key notables, but there's no way. The CJ one was a little disappointing because I think you could have gotten him. I'm going to be honest, Milton Williams I knew was going to get paid. Being a D lineman, you can only – I kind of knew Milton Williams was going to be gone because especially with the performances that he had in the playoffs, somebody was going to pay him. It was kind of like when Hargrave went to, San Fran. We knew he was going to get paid, and he got paid ridiculous. So Eagles couldn't afford him. But it's going to be. I just think this team, like I said, when I said like 4 weeks ago, I think this team has all the potential. If this team stays healthy or even relatively healthy, like if you have injuries for a couple weeks and stuff, kind of like we did last year, you can weather the storm. If you barring any type of season-ending injuries to key positions, I think this team has the complete ceiling. And the NFC is not as strong as the AFC. We listed a few opponents a few weeks ago, Rich, and I think it was, teams that could potentially be a threat. And it was like the Lions, again, new coordinator. No Ben Johnson over there. That's big, and he was a fantastic coordinator. Curious to see what they'll do over there. Green Bay, now they have Micah, but still, I'd actually still probably put the Lions above them, even with Micah. And then you have Washington. I do think I know you think he's going to take a big step back, Rich. Their quarterback. I know you think he's going to take a big step back. I do think he kind of is the real deal. We'll see though. I don't know. I still think they'll be a threat. And then I would say San Fran. San Fran is going to have now they got McCaffrey back for a full year. They got Greenlaw off the Achilles from the Super Bowl prior. They're still always a threat. Kyle Shanahan always chokes when it matters, but that's kind of they're still always usually relative like during the season and playoffs and whatever. I would have said maybe the Rams with Matt Stafford. I heard is battling a back injury, which is pretty significant. It's really hard as a quarterback. We saw when Carson Wentz had the back injury. Back injuries can be pretty significant. So curious to see what happens with that. But even all those teams, I don't think we're just kind of in our own class, man. Like it's just with the talent that we have on this roster, it's just the only thing I'll say is there's always like that thing, the Super Bowl slump. You know what I mean? It's just that it's a mindset thing, man. It becomes, is this team still going to be hungry? And I think that they absolutely can be. I absolutely believe it that they can be, especially with Hurts at the helm. He's that type of guy. But I think that's the only thing. That and injuries are the only thing. The mindset and the injuries are the only thing that can possibly really get in the way of the Eagles really making a serious attempt to really repeat this thing. So I'm excited, man. I'm more excited than the Super Bowl when we were coming back off years ago because that team, I'm not going to lie, as good as they were, it was kind of a lightning in a bottle type of thing. Yeah. We really put our will on the Chiefs, man. You saw the talent that this team has. This is exciting, man. Like this is something special that we got going right now. Really,
yeah, we could be talking potential dynasty. That'd be crazy.
Absolutely, man. It's crazy early to say, man, but it absolutely could be, man.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm looking at the Cowboys losses for all season. And they really got depleted. They lost to Marcus Lawrence and Micah Parsons.
Yeah, man.
Crazy.
I forgot about D-Law, man. Yeah, they lost D-Law too. That's huge. And I actually say that's probably their two best defensive players.
Yeah, they lost literally. Oh my goodness.
I mean, in the
and
corner,
they lost Zach Martin as well, the all-star guard. Yeah, they're done.
Yeah. They're cooked. The only potential they probably have on the D side is what they got DeRon Bland in the corner, and then they also have what's his name. I think they still got Diggs, right?
Yeah, there's Trayvon
Yeah, they
Diggs.
still got
Trayvon
Diggs.
Diggs. So I mean, they got some upside there, but even that, those corners, are getting older, especially Trayvon. Like they're getting older. Corners only. That's what I'm saying. Even with Slay, as good as Slay could be, you could tell Slay was getting older, man. Like he was getting slower. And corner is a position where you need speed. Like you need speed. I guess that's one of the biggest things with being a corner. You're gonna get burnt.
Mhm.
But still, it doesn't matter, man. I'm gonna be honest. The cornerback position doesn't matter as much if you can't get pressure. Like if you have all day, I mean, the corners can still get burnt. So
Right. Right.
losing D-Law and Micah is huge.
Sheesh.
Eagles might have all day back there, man. Like Hurts might have all day.
That's funny.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
one
crazy.
thing I do want to let you guys in on, because I know we're talking about the Cowboys losses right now, and I agree with everything you said, Steve, in terms of the overall look in the NFC. The only thing is the taking the Lions over the Packers, and this is the only reason why. Jared Goff, if can we all agree that Jared Goff is more of a pocket type quarterback? He's not a guy quick on his feet. He's not going to be a guy to scramble away or to break all for a 15, 20-yard run or anything like that. So I feel like Micah can bust through, like can wreck that team just because of the style of play of that quarterback. That's my only disagreement with you on that note. And that's just all opinionated because we don't know at the end of the day who's stronger until they get on the field together.
Yeah, I I would say the reason I put them above them is Lions defense is pretty good. With Aiden Hutchinson especially, coming back off the injury. And what I would say is I would actually say Lions offense is better too than Green Bay because they do have a dual threat with Jameer Gibbs and I forget it's Montgomery as well. They have Jameer Gibbs and Montgomery, two solid running backs. So even if Goff is a pocket passer, you have the dual threat with the run game. Jameer Gibbs is probably a top 5 running back right now. So he might even be top 3 to be honest. Maybe behind Henry and maybe I put McCaffrey above him. I maybe put Gibbs at 4. But they do have a stud running back. Gibbs is no joke. And then I would also say better receiver tandem too. With Amon-Ra St. Brown. They do have a solid team. The only thing I question with the Lions is how good they'll be with losing Ben Johnson, because that was a big loss. That happens though. It doesn't matter if your team is really good, your coordinators are likely to go. We've seen this all the time. So Ben Johnson was like the number 1 coaching candidate to go. Yeah, man, it'll be interesting. They do have a decent O-line, I think, Detroit, but we'll see. Micah is a game wrecker. I mean, that's just facts. He's a game wrecker. He's on pace for historic. I think he's got like 56 sacks through his first 4 years. It's crazy. He's on record pace. But yeah, it'll be interesting because Green Bay does have a good defense already. Their defense is pretty good. So you add Micah to that. I think it's going to be between those two teams. I think the Vikings are going to take a big step back. I don't think they're going to be as good as they were this past year. I think they were kind of a fluke as it was. They were winning a lot of games by 3 points. Bears are the Bears. We know what the Bears are. So, yeah, that's going to be interesting. I think it's going to be a duel between those two, Green Bay and Detroit in that division. So,
Yeah, that's I agree. It's going to come down to Micah's ability to impact the pass rush over there in Green Bay and run stopping as well. His ability, on that overall impact of adding Micah Parsons to that defense line. I really do believe that that's going to be the difference. So we'll see. That's a throw up because we don't know. We've never really seen Parsons go twice a year against Gibbs and Montgomery here. But I know we were talking about the Cowboys losses. I actually had some pretty juicy stuff for you guys that was really hard to find information. Most Eagles fans don't know this about why we let go of CJ Gardner Johnson. I think I dabbled into it a little bit with you, Rob, maybe with you, Steve, personally. But just to let the audience here know, this is one from the combination of CJ Gardner Johnson being on another podcast, and then also I used to have CJ Gardner Johnson on Instagram. I believe I still do, but I saw his live stream where he was talking about having beef with Travis Kelsey. So after we won the Super Bowl, supposedly, well, not even supposedly, this is out of CJ Gardner-Johnson's mouth. I don't know if you remember when they kind of got chippy and got into it during the game, during the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were getting into it. Well, it poured into social media after the game where CJ Gardner-Johnson was kind of like making threats towards Travis Kelce, basically telling him to pull up, basically, going back and forth with him on social media. With a combination of that, and before I get into the next thing, obviously you see how that would look as how one of our franchise cornerstones, Jason Kelsey, Travis Kelsey's brother, has a lot of influence, right, on our organization, one up, with the owners to the owners meeting to vouch for keeping the tush push, which they ended up successfully doing. But he talked to a lot of NFL owners, so he has a lot of say and sway. And it is pretty much noted that Jason Kelsey did not like CJ Gardner Johnson threatening his brother, and so there may have been a conversation between Howie Roseman and Jason Kelsey about that. The second thing, that's not the only thing because it's more than one thing. It's usually more than one thing with CJ. The other thing, and this is actually out of CJ's mouth on another podcast. He got into it actually last offseason with a rookie that came in the weight room. So how there's traditions about, hey, listen, sometimes, specifically with the Eagles, the rookies, during training camp, got to bring out water ice and stuff to the rest of the team. Well, CJ Gardner-Johnson was in there lifting weights, basically in the weight room, told the rookie, yo, bro, you got to pick up the weights. Like, you got to put the weights away. So the rookie was like, nah, I'm not doing that. You do it. They're your weights. So him and the rookie got into it. So the rookie actually went to Darius Slay. This may play a role into why Darius Slay is not here either. But the rookie went to Darius Slay and basically was like, yo, bro is tripping. Like, he trying to tell me to, he's pretty much trying to disrespect me. And what ended up happening was Darius Slay and CJ Gardner-Johnson got into it in the locker room per other teammates. So the combination of these two instances caused Howie Roseman to make a business decision, for the sake of the camaraderie of the locker room. So both Darius Slay and CJ Gardner-Johnson CJ was traded, as you know, and Darius was allowed to walk. For the sake of, we're not starting this, stuff in the locker room, going back and forth. Basically letting the franchise is all about business. They're not here for distractions. They're not here for politics in the locker room. Yeah, man, I think this franchise has been through a lot. I mean, we've been through a Super Bowl hangover, in terms of not winning it, making it there, almost winning it, not winning it, and then having that, meltdown back in the 2023 season. So I think we're experienced in prime to go. From that, I think Hurts still has the Super Bowl loss screensaver on his phone, which is insane. Like, if most of us probably would have got rid of that and replaced it with the new Super Bowl, he's like, nah, I'm still holding on to it. I still got it.
He's trying to be like Jordan. Jordan used to, when he'd win a title, he'd win, like, say, his second one. He'd always hold up the 3 for the next one. Everybody else be celebrating. Jordan be just cold and just holding up the 3, like, for the next one. Like, never satisfied. Never satisfied, yeah. Yeah, I'd say to that, the second incident, yeah, I'd say that's kind of serious because it's it's not my call, obviously. I don't have anything to do with the Eagles organization, but in my opinion, I think the second one, that's more warranted for sure. It kind of messes up chemistry and the culture. I think that's something that, I think CJ obviously has an aggressive personality. He's a high personality. So it's like, it'd be something you have to say to him, but, you don't know if that gets through to people like him. You know what I mean? It's just some people are just stuck how they are. But I'd say the first one, Travis Kelce, I understand Jason Kelce is his brother, but I don't think anybody's really going to pull up on anybody. I mean, let's be real. No football players. They're athletes. They got way too much. I think it was just a lot of talk and his jawing and going back and forth and just having – I mean, I feel like, people like live for the drama and this, like, he probably just trying to rile stuff up or whatever. But I'll be honest, Travis Kelce has nothing to do with the Philadelphia Eagles organization. I say, whatever. Like, you can trash talk all you want. Even if I was his brother, I'd be like, here's the thing. I know you sometimes threats could be I don't know. I think in sports, people do just talk and they talk a bunch of shit. I mean, I can't imagine the stuff that's probably said on the field. I've heard on the basketball courts the type of shit that's said, in live games. And if you've ever sat low, you can hear the way they talk to each other. I'm like, it's just I understand, but I would say that incident alone, that would be crazy. In my opinion, I think that would be crazy if they let him go because of the Travis Kelce stuff. Now, the first stuff, I don't think you should be. I understand there might be initiation in the locker room. People try to do the haze and do all this stuff. But, I don't think you can disrupt culture inside the locker room. And if him and Slay were getting into it and stuff, it can rub off. It can rub people the wrong way in the organization. I don't think that's why Slay's going. I do think Slay was just getting older. They didn't want to pay Slay anymore. So I understand why they got rid of Slay. I figured he wasn't going to be here. But I'm not sure what your thoughts are, Rob, but I just think the first one, the Travis Kelce thing, whatever. Second one, I can more so understand that.
Yeah. When it comes to Slay, I agree with you, Steve. I think he was just getting older, getting burnt, and we have that corner coming up, that rookie corner. He's been training under him. I forgot his name. Slipping my mind. Is
it Ringo, like one of the backup?
Ringo, yeah. So I know he's going to come up. We got Coop and we got Mitchell. So we got a good solid foundation right there. Slay was kind of like the old guy in the mix. So he was getting burnt some during the season. So I figured the Eagles were gonna let him go, not want to pay him. Like he got his ring, ship him out.
Right.
But CJ was balling. I was a little just surprised about that. So I can see Rich's point with that, like him is not due to his professional play, more of his, off the field tactics, off the field, issues. So I can see that. I can see that coming into play for sure. And how he's trying to keep the locker room together and avoid all the drama. So I can see that happening.
Yeah, and he's had issues in other organizations too with the Saints. Like I remember him and I forget who it was, but him and Lattimore got into a fist fight. And like in practice, I think CJ punched Lattimore in the face. I think that's what happened. I think it was Lattimore. He punched him right in the face and stuff. It's like he's had issues in the past. I did know they had the Taylor Swift like things at the parade, like what he had the shirts and stuff. I forget what they said. They said something crazy on him. I forget exactly what it was, but I just think that's his personality, and I'm like, to be honest, if this culture is all about business, like, and they don't tolerate it, hey man, I get it. You know what I mean? Yeah, he was balling, but that's kind of how the Patriots culture always was, right? Like they don't tolerate no shit. Like it's Belichick made Butler sit in the Super Bowl against us. Malcolm Butler, because I think he missed a curfew or some shit. He's just like, I don't care how good you are, you're sitting. Right. And he put Eric Rowe above him. Like, it's like, yo, you're not above the team and you're not above the organization. So guess what? You're sitting down.
Right.
I would be curious if Tom Brady did that shit if he would do that, but I'm going to be honest.
They say that, but who knows?
Unless it's exactly. Unless you're Tom Brady, you're not getting that type of, you know what I mean? CJ doesn't have that type of power. Like, you're not Jalen Hurts. You're not Saquon Barkley. You're not A.J. Brown. I understand, but, like, defensive players can be replaced. You can be replaced. Like, it is what it is. I mean, the Eagles were rolling last year without CJ until they hit that slump. But that wasn't because of CJ. That was just the freaking coordinators. But we were still rolling without CJ. I mean, until we hit that slump after we lost to San Fran. But I mean, hey,
I think we'll be fine. They may put Coop at safety. And we also picked up a safety from.
Coop can play safety too, which he did a good amount of the year last year. He's absolutely can do both.
Yeah.
And then you got Blankenship still.
Yeah,
So,
we still got Blankenship for sure.
so those still be solid. You still got Kenyon Mitchell, and then like you said, we have Ringo. Do we still have Isaiah Rodgers too? Or
No, we
rid of him?
lost him.
No,
lost
we let
Rodgers.
him go.
We
Okay.
lost
We didn't
Maddox
replace him.
too.
Yeah, Maddox. Maddox makes sense. Maddox always hurt.
Yeah.
Always hurt. He made a good play in the Super Bowl. We were already winning up big, and he was like a 4th down conversion. He like knocked it away. I remember that was cool for him. You know, I was glad to see it. He deserved it, man, because he played with the team for a good amount too, man. I was glad for him to get a ring.
Yeah. I always liked Maddox. He always balled when he was playing.
Yeah. That's
playing.
the key. That's the key, man. I remember one injury. He had like a toe injury or something. He stepped on the turf. I'm like, man, he had just come back. Like again in the same game, got injured again.
Yeah, but he balled when he played.
Keep him as a backup.
Yeah.
Still, he's that good. I would have kept him.
We still got Sidney Brown too. Sidney Brown, right? I think.
Come on, Sidney Brown is not proven.
Yeah,
but he's a big hitter.
He hasn't really had. That's what I'm saying though. He's also like hasn't really had the chance to. I think injuries and stuff. So we'll see. I mean, that's the thing. You got potential. We'll see what happens. Defensive wise, you still got Jalen Carter. You obviously got ballers on that side. You still got what's his name? Jordan Davis. You still got guys that can ball on the D line, obviously. So it's gonna be interesting. We lost, like I said, BG. You lost Milton Williams, but yeah, this team is still gonna be really good.
We lost Sweat too, Josh Sweat.
Yeah, that's another big loss.
Yeah,
we lost Sweat. Linebacker wise, we locked up Zach Bond. That was a big one. They locked up Bond. He balled out last year, man. He had a ridiculous year.
Yeah, he balled. And we got that rookie too from Alabama.
Oh yeah.
Jahad. Was it Jahad Campbell?
Yeah. So that should be exciting. It's gonna be interesting. The Eagles drafted too. They drafted a good amount of players too. So how we doing it again, man? Offensive wise, though, I mean, the defense is the only side where you got like losses. I mean, the offense is just still the offense. You haven't lost anything, so it's just it's going to be interesting. Like it's just you still got your O line, you still got Hurts, you still got Barkley, still got the tight ends. What was it? Goddard, and then they still have Calcaterra too, right? I don't think Calcaterra went anywhere, so you still got him. You still have Brown. You still have Devontae. You got Smitty. I mean, this team is, That's why I think we're going to destroy. Like Dallas's defense against our offense is just going to be. It's just going to be. I just can't see. I can't see. I think the Eagles are going to put up a lot of points on Dallas's defense.
Yeah, our O line's still the same. Number one.
Yep, exactly. Number one O line.
Yeah, we didn't lose anybody at all.
And I feel like no matter who you put in there, Stoutland can always do something, man. Stoutland is just ridiculous. Like our O-line coach, so you got Jeff Stoutland at the helm, man. Like we're always like a top O-line, no matter who you have, man. But we still have everybody. We still have Dickerson. We still have Lane. We still have what's his name, Cam Jurgens. We're solid. It's gonna be. Yeah, I don't and that's what I'm saying. The NFC it's just kind of mindset and injuries. If you can keep your mindset that like, hey, we don't take our foot off the gas, and if you can sustain injuries, then nothing is season ending. This team has a real chance to just be back in the Super Bowl. How about Barkley getting the number one player, the first overall player of the year? Well deserved.
And the Madden cover.
Yep.
Well
deserved.
Yes,
well deserved, man. He's a beast. Like it's just crazy. It's crazy too. He broke like all the records, like in the playoffs and everything. And then he had a chance to really do it during the season too. And then like he could have if they would have played him that final game. Yeah, they just sat him for precaution.
Yeah.
Because he would have hit the trifecta. I think he had the most rushing yards ever in a playoff season, like in the playoffs ever. I think he broke that. He got the Super Bowl, and he would have broke the all-time season one if he had played. So he would have been the 3 for 3.
Right. I mean, I knew he was going to be a game changer coming in.
Yeah,
right. So
you saw him in Penn State, man. You got to see him up front.
Dude was dirty in college, man. So we already knew. We
He's a
already
beast.
knew.
He's a beast, dude. And dude, it's
Man.
crazy, man. He came here his first year and won the Super Bowl with us, man. If he
All
would
he
have stayed on
needed.
the Giants, he would have never won anything.
All he needed was an O line, man. All he needed.
That's it. That's it. He was a beast even without the O line in New York for them few years. I'm like, yo, then he came here and it was just next level. Crazy, man. And dude, he had in the besides the Chiefs game, because we knew the Chiefs were going to load the box against Barkley. So like he just took away Barkley and Hurts just balled out. So they just took away Barkley. But in the NFC, in all those games in the NFC playoffs, like games, he broke one in every game except for Green Bay. But I remember at the end he had a chance to break one, he slid down. So he was about to when the game was over, so he just slid down, but on purpose. But I'm like, yo, so he had 2 against the Rams. And both times they played the Rams, so he had 4 against them. He had 2 against the Rams, 1 against to start the game against Washington, and he would have had another one to the house against Green Bay if he hadn't slowed down. So that's crazy, man. He would have had a house call in every single playoff game on the NFC side. That's crazy.
I'm curious how the team's gonna, strategize against him this year. Usually after a 2,000-yard year, teams start to, really watch your tape, and like the following year, your running backs don't do as well. So
You can't.
you see,
You
can't
can't.
stop him.
That's
You
the
can't. And
that's
let me
the
tell you,
curious to see.
it's not even just Barkley. Like everyone says, like it's simple, right? The O line and Barkley, right? It's the system. It's the having a dual threat quarterback as well. Because once you do that RPO shit, you don't know who to tackle. I guarantee you, those guys are so confused at the line of scrimmage when they don't know if Hurts is going to snatch or take. They can, and then on top of that, forget even just that. Like you said, the O line is intact. The O line is just like they have the time to see who's going for what and to give the ball to who. You know what I'm saying? So I do think you can't really, and that's the frustrating part. I think that's where a lot of frustration comes in with owners in the league of trying to ban things like the tush push because they're so frustrated by, hey, look, Barkley will break off 5, 6, 7 yards at minimum. And then you got the tush push on top of that. For like Barkley already breaks off straight, like Steve said, touchdown. But even at the worst, like at the least, and I think Barkley did this a lot in the Super Bowl. He rip off like 5 or 6 yards, right? But then we be in this position to where we'd have a extra play, and then hey, maybe as long as you're getting yards, right? You still, let's say you're short 2 or 3, 1 or 2 yards, sometimes even 3. I saw them do a tush push on 3 and still get it. But they will do the tush push, and then it's a first down. So and it sucks all the time away. It has the offense keeping the ball. You're running the clock down, and by the time the other team gets the ball, your defense is so good that like they have the energy to stop their offense and get the ball back. Like and speaking of defense, you guys mentioned like losing Josh Sweat and losing like a couple of other guys that we don't have anymore. I mean, we're forgetting to mention Azeez Al-Jabari, edge, Nolan Smith. We still have obviously Jalen Carter. We still have Jordan Davis. We have Moro Ojomo, which was really big for us last year. Jalix Hunt, right? Edge, Zach Bond, Jeremiah Trotter Jr., which we're looking for him to take a big step. Jahad freaking Campbell that we just drafted, the best linebacker in the draft. And then we're coming back with Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean. And then the leader of and I think this is a safety we forgot to mention earlier in the podcast, but Reed Blankenship, solid fucking safety. Like he doesn't get the most credit, but he's one of the team captains. He's solid safety. So our defense is still heavy hitters. I mean, we got some dogs in there. They young, but I think that our defense, minus that cornerback position, I don't think our defense is going to miss a beat, y'all. I really don't.
Yeah,
I
we
can see
might
that.
slightly, but I don't think it's going to be a huge drop off. Heads up to 24 hours from now, Eagles going to be kicking off against Dallas. So it's 8:20 kickoff. So 24 hours away. Count it down now.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, no, I just think if you load up on Barkley, what do you do? I mean, then Hurts has Brown and Smitty and freaking got it. I mean, what do you do? I mean, they can load up on Bar. I am curious to see how teams are going to scheme because you do got some D coordinators that are good out there, good defensive-minded coaches. I agree with Rob that after a 2,000-yard season,
usually don't
like
repeat.
he ain't going. I'm sorry, like it's just I would be extremely pessimistic to believe that he would get 2,000 again, man. That's just not gonna. No way. That'd be crazy.
I mean, if you had to put your bet on anybody, it would be Barkley.
Right.
It would be Barkley, but the probability of that is, I'm not gonna say, it's pretty low.
Yeah, but we saw with Kansas City, they loaded up on Barkley. I mean, you saw Hurts. A lot of the talk last year was like about until that Steelers game was that Hurts in the passing game can't throw. Like, remember, it was like, oh, he's not a great thrower, all this stuff. And then it was like, we've had that Steelers game where they loaded up on Barkley. And then him and A.J. Brown apparently had all these issues in the locker room. And then they were shaking hands and dancing on the field after touchdowns and stuff in the Steelers game. It kind of just shut everybody up. So it's like, even if they did have any type of issues, it wasn't enough to derail the team. Like, it was just, of course, A.J. Brown is a player who wants to get the football. And I understand that. Here's the thing. I want a player on my team that wants to play hard. I understand, too, you want your team to win. But some of these players, I mean, they just want to ball out because they know that they're, you know what I mean? I understand a little bit of competitive energy, as long as it doesn't derail the team. If it's detrimental to the success of the team, yeah, that's a problem. But we saw as soon as you load up against Barkley what Hurts and that offense, that passing game can do. So it's going to be interesting how teams can scheme. I don't really know what you can do. They'll have to probably throw some disguise, like I don't know. They'll have to throw some type of thing to disguise how they're going to come, and I don't know. But then the Eagles also can disguise how we're going to come with RPO or who we're going to run it, or we're going to throw it. So. I don't know, man. I don't wish to be any defensive coordinator that has to go up against our offense because
what do you do?
Yeah, man. Like it's crazy. You saw how good Steve Spagnuolo is, and I mean, what happened? It's just, no team really had a real chance against us in the playoffs besides the Rams. But I also say the snow could have impacted that a little bit too. I don't fully know. I mean, the Rams had the closest chance to beat us. The Washington game was a blowout. We put up 55, most ever in a playoff game. 55 points against Washington. I mean, the Chiefs got smacked. Don't let that 40 I see Rich actually has it behind them, the 40-22 score. Don't let those 22 points fool you. They were in garbage time and against our backups. So, I mean, we didn't even have our actual corners when Patrick Mahomes was throwing them deep passes. Like, it was just – we put the backups in. So, yeah, so I'm just being honest. Like, it was worse. It was worse than it looked. Like, it's worse than that score actually looks, how bad we beat them. Green Bay, early on, a little close, but, I mean, we pulled away, and that was out of reach, too. That's why I said the Rams game had me the most worried because I'm not going to lie. I had the glimpse of what the Falcons did to us. Remember, I think we were up 6, and they were driving, and Jalen Carter, I think – it was like third down, and he sacked Stafford and put him in like 4th and long. I'm like, and that kind of won us the game. I'm like, I'm not going to lie, man. It kind of had glimpses of that Falcons game. I'm like, oh, no. They're going to score and then kick the extra point to win the game. But I wasn't worried. Besides that game at the end, I'm going to be honest, I had no worries about the Eagles in any of those playoff games.
Yeah, I was surprised how bad we beat down the Chiefs, man. That was crazy.
The Chiefs, I don't think have ever got beaten that bad, man. Maybe Brady's first Super Bowl, like when ours was worse than that.
Yeah.
That's just crazy. Yo, what's up, Mario?
Yeah, what's up, my man? How are you, bro? What's up, guys? How's everybody doing?
What's up, man?
Welcome in, man. Yeah, we were getting towards the end, but we were just saying about how like offensively we haven't dropped off at all. And how do teams scheme this year for like we said, Barkley had a 2,000-yard year, and you know the teams are going to try to really watch film and try to scheme so you don't get anything close to that. But what do you really do? Because you saw in the Super Bowl, you stop Barkley. You got Hurts and you got the passing game to worry about because we can still put 40 on you even without Barkley. And Chiefs defense ain't no joke. Like, they're a legitimate defense. So we hung 40 on their defense. That's without Barkley having a solid game.
Yeah, I'll tell you, here's what you do. You wave the red flag and then you walk out the field and the Eagles win.
You mean the white flag?
Red flag.
I'm gonna put it with red for blood just for good measure, bro. I can't wait, bro. We're one day away, man. I'm so pumped, bro. That's all everybody at work was talking about today, man. The birds. So I'm so excited for the game.
Yeah, man. Spotlight's on us. Ring ceremony. We open the season. You know, first time opening the season. I think since we won the Super Bowl last time. I think we opened the season too.
Yep.
So this is gonna be. That's always how it is, though. So.
What are the chances that Jerry Jones won't be on that press box when we lay down the banner?
Sometimes I wonder if Jerry even really wants to win. I think he just cares more about the money, man.
The money.
Yeah, that's all it's about, dude. He don't care about winning. He don't care. He's like, if we win, that's great. I get more money, but like at this point in time, I don't want to overspend my budget. Jerry I hope Jerry Jones lives to be 200, man. I always say that. I'm like, I hope he lives forever.
Hey, look at you being so noble, bro. That's amazing.
Even if he passes, man, he's probably gonna hand it to Stephen Jones. Pass it to a family member. Keep it in the family.
Keeping it in the family, I see, huh?
The greatest Eagles GM, Jerry Jones.
There was a video. Jerry Jones walking somewhere, and some Eagles fan was saying, "Thank you so much, Jerry. We appreciate you." And he's like, "Oh, thank you," and stuff like. He had no clue. What the fan was saying. He's making fun of him, and like Jerry Jones is just agreeing. Oh, it's no problem at all. He's just like. I have to find that video. That was hilarious, dude. I was like, dude, this guy has no idea. This guy's an Eagles fan.
Bro, in fairness, Jerry's a billionaire, bro. So he probably didn't even give a fuck what the guy.
Yeah, he don't give a damn.
He didn't give a damn, bro. At the end of the day, Jerry Jones is living in his yachts, man. That dude's probably going home miserable. So who cares?
Facts.
Yep. Yeah, man. Yeah, he don't care. But like but that's the thing. Like every owner is a billionaire. So I mean, but they got winning teams. Billionaires all over. I'm like, I think the richest owner actually isn't nothing to do with the bias, but I think the richest owner was Paul Allen before he passed. The guy with Microsoft with Bill Gates. Yeah, I think he owned the Seahawks before he died. Yeah, he is like worth like $30-40 billion. I'm like, that dude like had money.
But isn't Jerry's team the most, I want to say profitable, but the highest revenue team?
Yeah, highest revenue team. I think they were. They might be number one now overall. I know for a while they were two, and but they were number one in football. They were number two overall, like out of like the whole world, out of every
all
team.
The sports. Wow.
Yeah. I think Real Madrid was number one in soccer, but outside of that, it was the Cowboys. But the Cowboys actually might be number one now. I'm gonna look that up.
They always do
delusional fan base still buying jerseys, still buying products.
They haven't won in 20 years.
Listen, go to Dallas and ask some fans if they gonna win the Super Bowl this year, and I guarantee you,
every year.
And they buying all the Dak Prescott bobbleheads, buying all the products, and all it's doing is just putting it in Jerry's pocket.
J. Jones' pockets. And he don't give a damn.
Jerry's like cha-ching.
He don't give a damn about winning.
They're number one now. They're worth $10.1 billion, and Golden State Warriors are number two at $8.8 billion. So
wow.
Real Madrid actually dropped to 12. They're all American teams that are expensive. Third is the Rams, the LA Rams.
Wow.
Four is the Yankees. 5 is the Knicks. 6 is the Patriots, who suck now. Giants are 7.
Wow.
Lakers are 8. Jets are 9, and Niners are 10. The
Jets are in the top. Wow, I'm surprised.
New York, that's why, man.
They've been asked for so long. Like, goddamn.
The Vegas Raiders are 11. The Eagles are tied with Real Madrid for 12. Yeah, so we're the 12th most. The New York Knicks makes complete sense, fifth.
Yeah, the Knicks. Yeah, the Knicks. I'm surprised. I thought they were higher, to be honest.
Yeah, I thought they wouldn't even be 5. I thought they'd be like 2.
Hmm.
But nah, that's crazy. Cowboys are number 1. They're the most expensive team. They're the most expensive team in the world.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
that's all. Jerry has a lot to do with that, though. In fairness, from a business standpoint, man, he's amazing, bro. I don't care what nobody says, bro. He's
Yeah.
an amazing businessman. He's just
Yeah,
done
he's
a
a
very,
good
very
businessman.
crappy job of running the team.
Horrible sports owner, but
Horrible sports owner, but
but he's a
amazing
great
businessman. Yeah, you
But
gotta
in
give
terms of
that.
like
Gotta
marketing,
give him
oh
that.
yeah, no. In terms of marketing for the team and stuff, sure. But in terms of actually putting together a winning team, he's horrible. But
Because he's taking on the GM role. I don't know why he don't
yeah,
outsource it.
that's
Yeah.
He
that's the
doesn't want
stupid
to.
control, man. It's horrible. If he could get a Howie Roseman in there, dude, like a guy like Howie Roseman, like it would be
Right.
dangerous. But
That lives
Yeah,
and
no,
breathes
there
it.
was actually, when they were looking for a coach, they told him to go get Sean Payton, and Jerry didn't want to do it because Sean wanted to have control of the team, like make personnel decisions, and Jerry wasn't going to allow that. So they actually had a chance to get Sean Payton when he was available, and Jerry said no.
it's his own ego, bro. That's the problem. That's the problem. It gets in the way. Like it's just, I love it as an Eagles fan, but
Long live Jerry.
it's just, yeah, man, that ego gets in the way, man. Your team is just going to always be hampered because your ego. Dude, you're still making money no matter what. That's why I don't understand about it. It's just some people need the control because he doesn't want to win the Super Bowl and then say, oh, well, Sean Payton did it. You know what I mean? He wants to be the sole reason. Like, but at the same time, your teams have always sucked, bro. Like, you might somewhat be in contention, but you can't get past the divisional round for freaking 30 years. I mean, there's
They haven't
something
always
wrong.
sucked. His teams,
30 years.
Yeah.
his teams haven't always sucked.
No,
They
not
were
always
dynasties. They were dynasties. back in
He
the
got dynasties, and I think
Yeah, so let me rephrase it. Yeah. No. He's won Super Bowls, but it's been his teams haven't gotten out of the second round for 30 years. So
Yeah,
it's
and
been
and
a
and the
long time.
success that he had is a lot of is attributed to Jimmy Johnson.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's what I think.
he
That's
brought
what.
Jimmy Johnson in, though.
But I
No, he
So
did,
he
but I'm
made
saying though,
good
man, like,
decisions.
no, I'm saying, but what I'm saying is like when he fired Jimmy, even though they won that last Super Bowl without him, those were essentially Jimmy's players, and now that Jimmy, like, he really hasn't done anything since Jimmy left. I don't even know when the hell was the last time they even got to the NFC Championship game.
yeah, it's the
No,
Jimmy
I
Johnson
understand that,
players.
but I'm just saying he brought Jimmy in to
But I
make
was gonna
those.
say, I'll say this though, Rich. Go watch that video. That How About Them Cowboys video. Go watch it and watch it really
No,
intently.
I'm not sitting here arguing about the last 30 years. To be honest with you, I could care less. I'm an Eagles fan. I don't give a shit about the Cowboys. But what I'm saying is that he has not always been a bad owner. I think that he's with age he has deteriorated, and with his decision making process, you have to understand you're too old to be making certain decisions. Like if you're not sharp enough, it's the same issue that even I would even argue like coaches like Sean Payton, like they brought him into Denver, right? The guy is past his prime. He's done. Like he I don't think that he's going to be able to build that franchise up. I think Denver did okay last year, but I don't think that they're going to be this amazing franchise anytime soon. That's just what I believe, and I believe same thing goes for guys like what's that Seahawks head coach? He's old. He's still coaching. He's like in his I forgot
He doesn't
Carroll.
coach for them
Pete
anymore.
Carroll.
Pete Carroll isn't their coach
Like
anymore. Yeah, I
like
know who you're talking about.
all these guys are getting older. They're deteriorating, like, and they're still trying to force their way into making decisions and thinking that they can do the
I
same things that they did when they were
yeah.
younger. And it's not going to happen. Like he wants to control now, and see, so he's not going to bring in a strong personality coach like Jimmy Johnson anymore. And he even you know, even the coach before Jimmy Johnson, he had one because Jimmy Johnson wasn't the only coach that won him Super Bowls. So he brought in two different coaches that helped win him those 5 Super Bowls. So Jerry, once upon a time, used to make great decisions on a sports level. But I think that, like we said, ego has gotten in the way of realizing that you can't control the things that you want to control. And so that's what it's been like. Yeah, of course, for the last 30 years. But I mean, like I said, long live Jerry. I mean, that this is good for us, you know?
Yeah. Well, I would say the Jerry Jones thing, the only thing about that is I would agree with the age thing, but I mean it's been 3 decades. So Jerry was in his 50s when Jimmy Johnson left. So I mean he was still capable of making, same decisions in his 50s. He's 82, I think 82 now or whatever. So it definitely as of late, I'm sure. But I mean three
Hey,
decades.
good news is 118 more years to go until 200.
Yeah,
So let the clock run.
And it's like Marius said, he gets in that shadow because of Jimmy Johnson. Because so he actually only really won the Super Bowls with Jimmy Johnson. He does have one with I think Barry Switzer one after. But I will say this: that was Jimmy Johnson's players, like Marius said. So technically, those are Jimmy Johnson gets a lot of the credit for them Super Bowls. And the only reason I said to watch that video is when Jimmy Johnson's making that speech, Jerry Jones gets like annoyed because he's taking the spotlight from. You can tell Jerry's like, get him off the stage and stuff in the background. Like Jerry is very ego driven. Like you could tell like it's crazy. Your team just won the Super Bowl and you're over here like because it's a power play. Like he wanted to go up there and Jimmy said no. Like Jimmy said, you're not going to take the spotlight from me and these players. Like because Jerry tried to implement himself in the middle. But there's a time and there's a place. Like, let these players have their moment. And he didn't like that. Like, you could tell that he didn't like that. He wanted to be up there. So I do think that has a lot to do with why Jerry is very, like, to this day, like, it's a lot of it gets, like, in his shadow. He gets put in that shadow. At the same time, I don't care if I'm an owner. Of course, you're going to get the coaches are going to get a lot of the glory. You know what I mean? But,
Tom Landry won Cowboys 2 Super Bowls before Jimmy Johnson won.
Yeah, that was before Jerry was the owner, though. That was before Jerry was the owner. Yeah, I think Jerry has.
No, he got rid of. I believe Jerry got rid of Tom Landry.
Jerry only has 3 Super Bowls. He doesn't have all 5. Yeah, he wasn't the owner for 2.
Yeah, I think he became the owner of what 84, 85, I believe.
He wasn't the owner for Landry Super Bowls. He was the owner for just what's his name
for Ingram.
No, but bro, it's never happened before. It's never happened in the NFL where a coach has won 2 consecutive Super Bowls only to get fired afterwards. It's never happened.
That's what I'm saying.
You have a coach who can maybe retire or anything like that, but since that time frame, I mean, can you imagine, Robert Kraft firing Bill Belichick after he won 2 consecutive Super Bowls with the Patriots? Like, it was unimaginable, man. Fucking crazy.
That is just crazy, bro. It's just.
And then on top of that, I mean, you guys are saying even during the 30 years, okay, I will argue that Jerry Jones has put on some good teams. So we can because he has. I mean, the one where I think it was when Dak was a rookie and they had Ezekiel Elliott and they had Dez Bryant and the year that they said that Dez didn't catch it or whatever when he did. Like that was a team that arguably, if they would have won that NFC Championship game, because they reached the NFC Championship game.
No, that was a division.
No. They reached the NFC Championship game against the Packers.
That was divisional, bro. The Packers.
They haven't gotten out of the second round.
No, that was the 2014 heading into 2015. Yeah, that was the divisional game.
Because, that was the divisional round.
Packers went on to play the Seahawks.
But that was a team. That was a good team.
That was a good team.
Arguably could have won the Super Bowl.
They could have. They absolutely could have. And I will say, I would have actually, as sad as crazy as it is, I would have actually felt bad for Dallas. But Barry will know where I'm coming from on this. The week prior, they got a game-winning call that was controversial, where I think it was their corner or their safety ran into a receiver from not even looking, just completely pass interference to one of the Lions receivers. They threw the flag, and then after like 2 minutes of talking, they went and they picked the flag up. And it was like it was the most like delayed call. They went on.
You know why? Because if you look at the replay, Dez Bryant cried like a bitch to the officials, man.
And they said so. The Lions lost that game. Cowboys shouldn't even have won the game. They lost. Matthew Stafford was like flipping out on the sidelines. Like they should have never won that game. So you know what? They kind of got payback. But I agree though. They actually had the Seahawks number those years. They always used to beat the Seahawks. So had they actually beaten Green Bay, they probably could have went to the Super Bowl, to be honest. But yeah, they had it was a controversial call. And that's the thing. Jerry has put together some good teams. For some reason, they just can't get out of the second round now. It's kind of like the Sixers, to be honest, when you think about it. Different sport, but Sixers can't get out of the second round either.
You guys are right about the Tom Landry, but this may play into why he's cocky as fuck because he did take on the team when Tom Landry was there, but it's just that right when he took the team, he immediately fired Tom Landry and then won 3 Super Bowls after. So I guess that ego is like, all right, I fired a coach that won us 2 Super Bowls already, and then I won 3 after that. So he's probably like, I'm like thinking like, oh, like I'm the shit. Like I know what I'm doing. And I think that ego has dragged him all the way to this point of where he's at right now. I do believe you, Steve, when you say I don't think, and I've heard this throughout the day too. I don't think Micah Parsons wanted to be on that team. I don't think he wanted to be on the Cowboys.
I think you wanted out. Yeah, no, Jerry probably fired. I don't know the reasons, obviously. I wasn't even alive, but, I mean, he probably fired Landry because of ego too. Exactly. He probably like, oh, well, you know what? You're not going to have control. Like, I'm going to fire, like, because Tom Landry probably wanted control. But then he hired Jimmy Johnson and didn't realize Jimmy Johnson was going to be, I mean, I say it's the Jimmy Johnson curse, man. I mean, realistically, ever since Jimmy's players have gone, they haven't done anything. They've had chances. The Zeke season, like you said, in 2016, I think they were 12-4. It was a 16-game season. I can't tell you how many Cowboys fans were trying to tell me that they were going to win the Super Bowl. They were telling me, they were bragging and like showboating. And then I think they lost. They had a bye and they lost. That was when Aaron Rodgers made that crazy throw. Remember, it was like along the sidelines. You remember, it was like a crazy like third down throw.
And then that was also when Skip Bayless was like Mason crossbar with them 2 crazy ass field goals.
Dude, whatever can go wrong for Dallas, like Stephen A said, whatever can go wrong, like will go wrong, dude. Like I swear that team is just cursed. Like that's why I say Jimmy Johnson cursed, man. They're cursed. Like whatever can go wrong will go wrong.
And I hope tomorrow a shitload of them goes wrong for the Cowboys, man, because I want to see the Eagles just steamroll right over them, dude.
We should, man. We should. We should absolutely steamroll them. Like, oh man, it's gonna be crazy because it's in our house and we're getting the banner drop too, man. They got to see that. That's hilarious. You got to see all the Cowboys players, the Cowboys fans, any Cowboys fans have to actually be in the building to see that. That's going to be so funny. They're probably all going to be getting concessions when the banner drops because they don't want to see it. They're going to go getting their snacks and their beers and shit.
Right.
They don't want to watch that. Can you imagine, man, being a Cowboys fan, you drop $1,000 to come to the stadium tomorrow to go watch the banner?
You can't be in your right mind, and so it makes sense if you're because you're not in your right mind. So it's going to be some dumb Cowboys fans there that's going to want to be there because they're not in their right mind, man.
It's hilarious, man, at this point. Just talk. If we were so close to winning that Super Bowl 2 years ago, too. If we would have won that one, we'd have 3 right now. It's like, yo, Dallas, we're catching up.
And our Super Bowls, at the very least, are on DVD. They're still on VHS.
Yeah, that's so true.
That is true.
The Dez didn't catch it moment was definitely outside of like being an Eagles fan and Eagles moments. Like that was my favorite, like one of my favorite football moments was like the Dez didn't catch it. Like they like because like you said, the Cowboys fans were just talking so much trash that season that it was just so nice to see the whole thing.
Bro, they talk trash every season, man. That was no special. They talk trash. The Cowboys are gonna go 0-17, and I guarantee you the next year we're like, oh, this is our year, man. We're gonna win the Super Bowl. So you watch, man.
But they were like 10 times more annoying because they actually had the evidence to back it up. Like it was actually a good team. Like they were a scary team.
I think when they have the hope, it's even funnier. I think that's even funnier when they actually have the hope. Like when they have hope that they're gonna win the Super Bowl. It's our year. It's our year. That's
like they had such a great season. Like you know how Dak is like the king of regular season stats or whatever. Like he can put up so well in the regular season and then he just comes crashing down the playoffs.
He's a stat pattern, man. He pads some stats, bro, especially in garbage time.
Yeah, and CD's gonna get his. It's just this is gonna be. That's why CeeDee Lamb though has so many yards is because the Dak has to throw the football all the time. They don't have a run game. Like they don't have a run game, dude. It's like even Tony Pollard was mid when they had him. Like he's not. He's okay, like, but he's not like next level.
Oh, you're echoing, bro. I don't know if it's me or maybe it's my connection.
You're echoing.
Am I echoing too?
Huh?
Am I echoing as well?
Yeah.
Oh, it must be the stream.
Hold on, can you hear now?
No, it's going.
I muted myself. Yeah, it might be Rob's. I'm not sure. That was funny. That was funny. I was hearing myself twice.
Yeah, I was like, wait, what?
Yo, I think
Jerry.
I think Jerry tried to hack the stream, bro. I think we gotta stop.
Yeah, you see his head just pop up on the screen. Stop talking about my Cowboys. Dude, like, why do you care what I'm doing, bro? You're a billionaire. Nah, I do agree. Jerry just laughs his way to the bank, man. I mean, we're mere mortals to Jerry. We're nothing.
Got that dough, bro. Get the money.
Yeah, nah, Jerry laughs all the way to the bank. He's a good businessman, but Jeffrey Lurie got money too. We got some Super Bowl
Not Jerry money. I gave it to you and got Jerry money.
Yeah, no, he don't have Jerry Jones's net worth, but
and if he sells the Cowboys, bro, he'd be making what 10, 11 billion? Oh god, fucking damn.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's a lot of money, dude.
I can build 5 countries with that money, bro. Fucking wild.
Man, this is gonna be exciting to see. I just know, I know that they'll be in the basement with the Giants this year, most likely. It's gonna be between us and Washington. I don't know. I'm just, I know tomorrow is gonna be crazy. Down at the stadium is gonna be crazy. Did you see that they, one of my buddies, a police officer, he had put something on Instagram or Facebook, and it had said that they're urging Philadelphia Eagles fans that don't have tickets to not go down to the stadium to tailgate or anything. And then he just put a laugh emoji. He's like, "Yeah, okay, like good luck." He's like pretty much telling them don't go anywhere near the stadium if you don't got tickets tomorrow. It's like, yo, that's hilarious. Like it's a ring ceremony. They're playing in Dallas. You think you're gonna keep fans out? Like that's not gonna happen. Like Xfinity's gonna be wild tomorrow. Like it's gonna be.
I was concerned about the SEPTA situation for a little bit, man, but FanDuel decided to sponsor them for the game, bro. So they're gonna be running their trains as normal. I think that's one of the reasons why they were probably telling the fans not to show up down there, man, because they were probably concerned that there might not be enough trains for everybody to get home. But now that situation got rectified, I think it'll go back to normal.
Yeah, I agree. That's that would have been crazy. Uber and the whole Uber and Lyft situations would be crazy. People probably be making a lot of money.
But I can't even imagine the traffic down there though, man. It's already bad enough with SEPTA running on full schedule, man. I can't imagine what it must be like when they're only running 2 or 3 trains, bro. Like it'll probably take you hours to get home.
It's gonna be crazy down there, man. I saw tickets for like $600 to like go to the game tomorrow. It's crazy. Something like that. I don't know if they've dropped now, but when I was looking like earlier in the week, like $600 they wanted. Like, yo, I love the Eagles. If you got it, you got it. But I'll be honest, like I love the Eagles, but I could travel and fly to another country and stay for $600. It's a lot of money, man, to go to a game for 3 hours. That's how I see it.
Right, and they're gonna be running the ball and shit. It's gonna be a fast game because they're gonna be running the ball, running the clock down.
Yeah, nah. Eagles games are fun though. Just being in the atmosphere is cool. Tailgating's always cool. You know what I mean? Like you go down, you have fun. Like, and if you're at a tailgate, a lot of times, people have TVs and shit already set up. Like it's cool. But yeah, $600 is a little crazy for some people. $600 is nothing. So they can go and they can just up their ass for $600. That's nothing. But to the average like blue collar worker though, like in the families, and you think like Philadelphia, like what Philadelphia is, it's a lot of like blue collar. It's a blue collar city. It's like a lot of family, families and stuff. It's like not everybody has that, you know what I mean? But it makes sense. It's a ring ceremony game, it's the, you know what I mean? They're dropping the banner, the rings, like you're open against Dallas. You kind of figured that was going to happen.
That's the thing too, man. It's not just even the ring ceremony. How often do you get to see a season opener against the Cowboys?
It just don't happen.
Rare.
I don't think I've ever seen the season opener against Dallas.
Me neither. I think it's the first time.
22 years. It's been 22 years since Franklin Field.
Wow.
Holy shit, 22 years. God damn.
Yeah, man, that's crazy since they opened against Dallas. Wow. I know they opened week 2 again. Not opened, but they played week 2 against Dallas, and I think it was that was the Chip Kelly game, and it was the most disgusting Eagles Cowboys game I think I've ever seen.
Bruh, don't even mention that dude, man.
20-10, I think was the score, but it was like it felt a lot worse. Like the Eagles couldn't move the ball. Like they couldn't move the ball at all. Like it was just this. Like I think we only made it like twice across the 50-yard line.
Well, when you have a playbook designed for children, what you think is going to happen?
It's a children's book, man. You open it up, it's got like one page.
You see Andy Reid's playbook. That shit look like a Harry Potter book, and then you see Chip Kelly's playbook, man. That shit looks like a kid's book, bro, and not even close.
Like 4 pages.
Yeah, like 4 pages.
RPO left, RPO right.
Yep, until people started. What happened was it was until people
press
started.
X for run, press O for pass. Yeah, press L1 for adjusted.
Yo, sounds just about right. It sounds like
Yeah, Chip Kelly was fine until he started running this 2-minute offense all the time and then tired the defense out. Every time the defense gets a breather and then like he goes down the field and scores in like 2 minutes and all the defense is exposed like because they're like still breathing.
Yeah, he figured out real quick, man, that this ain't college football, bro.
Yeah, it's not college. It's different. And you also can't talk to grown men different ways, certain ways. You know what I mean? College football players, they're still technically young kids. Like, you know, they're not at that level yet, but you can't talk to professionals the same way you talk to college players. You know, these are grown men. They make more money than you do. Like, they're grown-ass men. Like, yo, these dudes, like, you cannot speak to a grown man the same way you're going to speak to a college athlete. It just don't work like that. There's a certain level of respect.
Yeah, you also can't trade LaShawn McCoy for Kiko Alonso either. I think shit like
Bruh.
It's the dumbest trades I've ever seen in my life.
I'm having PTSD, bro. PTSD.
Oh
you got rid of
Jack after his best season.
Shit, you got rid of Djax, yep, like after in his prime. Like it was just crazy. Dismantled the whole team. Well,
pretty much anyone with a personality.
Yeah, man. Yeah, then you go to San Fran after that too. Yeah, send him back to San Fran.
Yeah, he was trash up there. They got rid of him. So you know, that's what you do to trash. You put it in a dumpster and you let it haul away.
Where's he at now? He's like a coordinator in college or something, right? I think Ohio State.
I think he's the offensive coordinator for UCLA. If I have to guess, I'm not
I
sure.
thought it was Ohio. Wasn't he Ohio State in the playoffs? He was in Ohio State, I think he went to Ohio State. They just won. Didn't they just win the national championship too? But you know what, man? He fits college better. He's not the head coach, but he's like I think a coordinator. I think he's the offensive.
I'm not sure actually. That's a good one. I thought for sure he was with UCLA. Let me see.
Yeah, he's the offensive coordinator now for Las Vegas Raiders.
Oh damn, he got a coaching. Oh wow,
back in the NFL.
That's hilarious. But you know what? He's better as an offensive coordinator than like a head coach. He's not a head coach. Like he ain't that. He was trying to have like players drink like them green drinks and the smoothies and stuff. Meanwhile, Chip Kelly's like a short little fat guy, bro. Like,
yeah,
it's like,
no, my bad, bro. I had it wrong. He was actually the head coach for UCLA, and then he became the offensive coordinator for Ohio State. Then because they won the title, that's how I think he got the head coaching gig at the. Wait, who the hell's dumb enough to hire him as a offensive coordinator?
The Raiders.
The Raiders, because they're horrible.
The Raiders.
They're trash. I mean, like, dude, they don't have anything. Like, it's just they're a bad team. They're one of the worst teams right now.
Goddamn, poor loss. Oh my God, Pete Carroll's their head coach. Damn, this goes back in full circle, man. Just like Rich said, man, these old geezers making all these mistakes, bro. Holy shit, you know.
Pete Carroll's like 70 years old, dude. How old is Pete Carroll? He got to be like 70.
My man's is 73. Damn, probably.
He's the oldest head coach in the NFL.
He's probably getting the senior. He's probably getting the senior. He's probably getting the senior discount now from the NFL, probably. Yeah, Rich, you're right, man. The age is getting to them, bro. He got hired by Pete Carroll. Makes perfect. Yeah, makes perfect sense, man.
All I know is we got to whoop some Dallas ass tomorrow, man. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go, bro.
Some ass, man. Yo, then we got the Chiefs next week. That's gonna be, whoo. That's gonna be big, man. We get 10 days to prepare for them, though. That's the big thing. Yeah, we go on the road, but we got 10 days to prepare for them.
I can't wait, bro. Shit, that could be a matchup of the year performance, man. We'll see.
Gonna whoop that ass. Yo, I swear, we go into KC and whoop them again.
That'd be nice.
You go in there and whoop them again. I'm like, yo, that would be hilarious. Yo, then all the conversations gonna be coming out. This hurts better than Mahomes.
Oh boy! One more Super Bowl. I think one more Super Bowl, then that conversation will really.
Oh well, I mean, Mahomes got 3. That's
what I'm saying. But No, I'm just saying, just to start the conversation. I don't, people. I legitimately, I know what you're saying, like, because I feel like we do have the Chiefs numbers. You know what I mean? Like, we for all intents and purposes in 2023, didn't we beat the Chiefs, the Bills, and it was somebody else big that we beat. We in 2023 when we collapsed, we like a lot of people talk trash about Eagles that year, but we beat the Chiefs and the Bills that year. And I think we beat the Bengals too.
I don't
Either
think
the
that. I don't think we played.
Bengals
I
or
don't
the
think we
Ravens.
played them that year.
I think it might be the Ravens. Maybe
We beat the Bengals this past year, but yeah, I don't think we played them.
I think it was the Ravens then.
yeah, the Bengals have no defense though, so I'm not surprised.
Yeah, that's the problem with the Bengals. Their defense is horrible. There's this
Burrow's gonna have to put up 50 points a game just to give him a chance, bro.
Yeah, Burrow had 5,000 passing yards, and they still didn't make the playoffs. Like, how does your quarterback have 5,000 passing yards? You still don't make the playoffs? That's unheard of. That just does not happen.
They're gonna get mad at me, Rob. What I'm about to say. The defense sucks in Cincinnati because of the quarterback. Because the quarterback has such a big contract, the team cannot afford a defense. Like, look at Joe Burrow's contract. He's like what the number one or two paid.
Nah, Hurts makes more than Burrow, don't he?
Nah, he took.
Pretty sure. Isn't Hurts the most paid?
No, Hurts took.
No, not Hurts. I think it's Josh Allen now. Isn't it Josh Allen? He got re-signed.
I'm telling you, Burrow's in the top.
Are you sure, man? I mean, I know he's up there. I don't know if he's number one though. I know he's.
I'm gonna look now. Let me see.
Lamar.
Yeah, Lamar too.
Nah, bro. Dak Prescott's number one. Dak Prescott is making $60 million a year.
He's top 5 paid. Well, then that's why Dak doesn't have a defense. But
bro, am I reading this correctly? $60 million for Dak? What the fuck? Holy shit!
Yeah. So I'll put it this way, Rich. Burrow's making $55 million, but Hurts is making $51 million.
Yeah, but look at the overall contract. Like the overall, like Hurts is making that this year, I believe. Like if you look at the overall contract, it's a significant difference in Burrow and Hurts. Like a big difference.
Damn, bro, what was Jerry thinking paying him $60 million, man?
I mean,
holy shit, bro,
like
$60 million.
He's averaging, yeah, but he's averaging 55 million, which is it says 60 million, 55. Yeah, no, you're right. 60 million he's getting, and then 55. Let's see.
Wow. Bro, some of these contracts are fucking nuts, man.
His contract is total $275 million, Joe Burrow. And you're right. Annually, it is 55.
Yeah, it hurts. Yeah, that's what I said. It hurts is 255 million. So I wouldn't really say it's fully that. Like it's just, I mean, I just think that they don't know how to. They don't have the like we have Howie Roseman, but who do they have? Who are their coordinators? They keep messing up.
Can make it work with 20 million cash.
That's what I'm saying. Like it comes down to sometimes your GM, like how you construct a team. That's what I would say is the GM. It's just they don't have a defense. It's like their defense is horrible. It's unheard of. Like it's not normal for your quarterback to throw 5,000 yards. You don't make the playoffs. Like that's just not that never happens.
But I also think that our wide receivers are getting paid less than the Bengals wide receivers as well. Like it's a combination of Joe Burrow getting paid more than Jalen Hurts, but also like T Higgins and what's his other receiver? Rob, help me out. The
Jamar Chase.
Jamar Chase and T Higgins get paid more than AJ Brown and Devontae Smith do as well. So that is like T Higgins, they got their contracts later than Smith and Brown. We signed fairly quickly. T Higgins and Jamar Chase got their contracts late because Bengals were trying to be stingy and ended up having to pay more. It's the same mistake that the Cowboys made. The T Higgins contract, I mean, $115 million contract extension for T Higgins. $30 million fully guaranteed at signing.
That's a lot of money for a wide receiver.
Yeah. That's the thing though. Yeah, no, I agree. I think that they're making more like T. Higgins is making more than Smitty, and Jamar is making more than AJ. Jamar's I think is 40 million, and AJ's is 32. And then I think Smitty's a little less than he's not quite making what T. Higgins is making. I think Smitty got $100 million contract. So he's not 115 million. But I will say this too, they have no running game. They have none. So they're not paying a running back, obviously, too. We paid Barkley, like big, what did we pay Barkley? I forget. Obviously he didn't get wide receiver money, because it's just they don't pay running backs like that. But yeah, we got Barkley too. It ultimately comes down to GM, like not making it work. Like you have to have a team, you have to have a defense to win. Can't win a Super Bowl without a good defense.
It's true.
I would say, I would say this. Like, I'm not to compare, but it's like if you put Patrick Mahomes on that team, he's not going to win. You put Jalen Hurts on that team, they're not going to win the Super Bowl. You put Josh Allen on that team, you're not going to win the Super Bowl. I would even say the same thing with the Bills. Like, if you take Josh Allen off the Bills, they're a lottery team.
Yeah, very much.
Yeah, you take Josh Allen off the Bills, they're a lottery team. Yeah, Bills aren't anything. You take him off. Like they ain't made the playoffs.
Bills have a respectable offensive line.
It does, yeah, but they don't have who they're. You still think they'd make the playoffs without Josh Allen?
No, that's not what I said. I said they have a respectable offensive line. And
yeah, they might have that, but
I think if you put Jalen Hurts on the Bills, I think they would make the playoffs because Jalen Hurts has made the playoffs with arguably a less talented team than what he had now. Like his first season starting. What was his leading wide receiver? Like a no-name guy who was only good for 1 year. I forgot the dude's name even.
Make the playoffs? Okay, make the playoffs maybe. But like even when Jalen Hurts didn't have that, he was eliminated in round 1. So like, okay, I'll say make the playoffs. Do you think they win the Super Bowl?
Hell no. No, they're not going to make the Super Bowl. But that's a hypothetical. I mean, that's what people say. Anyone could say a hypothetical. Like, what if Tom Brady was on the Colts instead of the Patriots? Like,
yeah. So I'll say this too: if you put Jalen Hurts on the Bengals, you think they make the Super Bowl?
No, I don't think they make the. They don't even make. They don't even make the playoffs, bro. And I'll tell you why. They don't got an offensive line.
I don't agree with that.
Jalen's not going to have the time to throw nor the time to run.
Yeah, they don't have an offensive.
And on top of that, they got no defense. I mean, bro, like when you have a quarter, it goes back to Joe Burrow, man. If you have a quarterback that can pass for 5,000 yards. And you still can't make the playoffs, man. That's a lot about your defense, bro.
Everything for the modern day quarterback, and this is the thing that a lot of people can't get through their head.
There's no run game.
A lot of people think the stats, and even you guys said like Dak Prescott, stat pattern. He likes to throw, right? He can't do shit in the playoffs. It's the same thing with Joe Burrow, and it's the same exact thing with Joe Burrow.
What?
You run up the stats during the season, you can't do shit during the playoffs. Same thing. Joe Burrow is. Dak
what?
Wait, Rich.
Wait a minute, hold on. Wait, didn't the Bengals make it to the Super Bowl that 1 year when they played the Rams?
I'm going there.
Rich, I got it.
Yo, Rob, give me some of that Kool-Aid that
They're not going to let me finish, Rob. They're not going to let me finish.
No, hold on 1 second, Hope. Didn't the Bengals make it to the Super Bowl a few years ago against the Rams?
Wow.
So that's where we're going to hang our hat on that one Super Bowl.
But he made the Super Bowl, though, man. What you mean?
And then what happened when he got there, guys?
Okay, he lost, but he got there, though.
It went down to a pass interference call on Eli Apple, and at the very end, the Rams won at the very end. So what do you mean in the Super Bowl? He didn't get blown out. They nearly won.
The NFL is a what have you done for me lately, not what have you done for
me. Rich, I understand that. I understand your point there. 100%. I agree with that.
But let me tell you something, because I didn't get to finish my
point. All right, I'll let you. You can say your point.
Yes, because the modern day quarterback, and this is what a lot of you guys don't want to get through your head. The modern day quarterback is going to be dual threat capability that impacts the momentum of an offense significantly. Having a dual threat ability changes the way defenses play you. And this is arguably why Eagles are so successful. Joe Burrow, it's going to be harder for someone like Joe Burrow because he's not a dual threat quarterback. Mahomes even has some level of dual threat capability to him. He has some level of speed to get out of the pocket when there's nothing there, someone has to watch that quarterback because he will take off and he will be gone. Joe Burrow can't do that. Um, Jared Goff can't do that.
Can I ask you a question?
Matthew
What
Stafford
what?
can't do that.
Ask the Baltimore Ravens how that's working out for them, man, with dual threat, bro, with Lamar Jackson.
That's true.
Who? Wait. So it was Lamar's fault that they got eliminated in playoffs last playoffs.
Did he play well? I didn't think he had a good game.
He played enough to win the game. It was his tight end dropped the game-winning pass. We were forgetting about that.
I don't want to get too much off point, like going to Lamar, but I'll be honest too. And 2 years ago, when they had the number 1 seed, he put up 10 points at home against Kansas City in a game where his defense held Kansas City to 20 points. That was absolutely, and he threw 2 picks.
No one's saying that Joe Burrow is better than Lamar Jackson right now.
Yeah,
no one is saying Joe Burrow is better than Lamar Jackson right now.
Yeah, but I'll just say this. So dual threat can definitely be impactful for sure, because like it makes defenses guess 100%. And I would actually argue this. Joe Burrow would not fit better here in Philadelphia than Jalen Hurts would. Jalen Hurts is a much better fit for us than Joe Burrow would be here in Philadelphia. But what I'm saying is too, what does any of that have to do with Joe Burrow? You said Joe Burrow can't do anything in the playoffs, but he does well during the season. Dude, he's been to a Super Bowl, nearly won it. And he went to an AFC championship game, and if it wasn't for a penalty at the end, he would have been playing us 2 years ago. So he almost made it to 2 Super Bowls, bro. I mean, you can't say that he doesn't do anything in the playoffs.
And on top of that, Andy Reid had to tell Carson Wentz to throw the game last year, man, because they didn't want to see Joe Burrow in the first round. That right there should tell you everything you need to know, bro. They were that scared to the point to where they had to get blown out by Denver 37-0 because they didn't want to see the Bengals.
Bragging about losing the Super Bowl back like a couple years ago.
But I'm just letting you know though, like that's how much respect they have for Joe Burrow. They had to get blown the fuck out because they didn't want to see him in the first round, dude.
People like him because he makes the game look pretty, and he has pretty passing, and that's true. But the future is dual threat, and that's what I'm trying to tell you guys. The past couple Super Bowls that's been won have all been won.
I agree with that. I'm not even disputing that.
Dual threat quarterbacks. And I don't have anything against Joe Burrow. I do think that Joe Burrow is the top 6 quarterback. But would I rank Joe Burrow above Jalen Hurts? I actually wouldn't. I actually wouldn't.
I can't agree with you there.
And I can't because
can't agree.
Jalen Hurts' run ability, the yards that he gains in the rush ability, and you got to understand, there's a reason why we beat the Rams in the playoffs. Why? Remember what you guys said, Jalen Carter sacked. If Matthew Stafford had the run ability to scramble and get out of that, do you think we'd be having the same conversation right now? No, he doesn't have the run ability to get out of that. So that's why they lost, because it's over for pocket passers. It's over. You need to be able to cover these defensive tackles. These defensive linemen are too fast now. They're faster than they were 3 years ago, and they're faster than they were 5 years ago. And so that's just my opinion. And I'm not saying that you have to be dual threat. That's the thing. I'm saying dual threat I think is important. I think that is going to be the way of the NFL for sure going forward. But the only thing I was disputing was you had said that he doesn't do anything in the playoffs. That's not a valid point. That's the only reason. Last season, I wasn't referring to overall.
I thought you were referring to in general. I mean, he didn't even make the playoffs last season. So I'm like, it's not even a.
I think that he's going more in the direction of a Dak Prescott than he is going more in the direction of someone, say, like a Josh Allen. I think Josh Allen is better than Joe Burrow. I think Lamar Jackson is better than Joe Burrow.
I would say, here's the thing. I would say that the top 3, in my opinion, this is my opinion. So, if I had to rank like a top 5, I would say 4 and 5 are tough for me. But I would say, in no particular order for the first 3, I would put Mahomes at 1. Josh Allen and Joe Burrow, you can say 2 or 3. You can flip-flop them maybe whatever way, 2 or 3, them two. And then I would say 4 or 5, you might be able to flip-flop between Hurts and Lamar Jackson. I would say that there are 4. Those are either 4 or 5. And I would put the top 3, Joe Burrow, with Mahomes, Burrow, and Allen. I don't know who would agree.
Yeah, Rich, I can't put Jalen over Burrow. As a pure quarterback, maybe as a winner, we can have Jalen over Burrow. Yeah. As a winner, I can agree with you there. As a pure quarterback, it means skill, arm strength, intelligence, be able to read the defense, pocket presence, all that, deep ball accuracy, medium accuracy, short accuracy. we take in all those variables.
See,
To say Jalen is better, nah, I can't
I
agree with
think
you there.
Jalen's more smarter. He's definitely the biggest leader out of all top 5. Definitely, you can't tell me Jalen Hurts is not the biggest leader
Yeah,
out of
that's what I
all
said. As a
these guys.
winner,
And then on top
if
of that,
Yeah,
you
we're
but
have
we're
judging
saying
based
we're
on
wait,
winning,
let
I'm
me
talking about
finish.
pure quarterback,
Yes, but
skills.
yes, pure quarterback. I even think so because of the standard that I just told you guys about. Pure. Okay, when you when you're looking at a
all right.
dual threat and you're comparing a dual threat versus a pure passer, you have to combine the rush and the passing stats and compare them to the passing stats because Joe Burrow is not a rusher. He's not going to do a bunch of rushing yards, but a Jalen Hurts will do that. He will make up for some of that, you know, whatever people want to call his inability to throw, even though the guy can throw anything you ask him to. It's just that he's not asked too much because his system is mostly a run first system. You got the best running back in the NFL. Why would you not have a run first system? That's the formula for winning. That's what it is for the Eagles, and that's okay. Hurts shouldn't be penalized or looked as less than because of it. But mostly what happens is Hurts is looked as less of a talented quarterback because he's not asked to do what these other guys are asked to do. And I don't think that's necessarily fair.
I
I
think
think
that I think that does get factored in though somewhat, right? I mean, like just put it this way: do you think take Hurts away for a second? Like, if you put the entire team, do you think this is the best team, top to bottom, NFL? Like the Philadelphia Eagles team, the way it's constructed. Would you say yes or argue
yes,
that?
absolutely, yeah.
It's a top team, yeah, 100%. I agree with that. I think fully constructed. So I do think that has to somewhat factor in. And I'll go to the point. Okay, if you want to go to the winner side of it, then what do we say about Patrick Mahomes, who has 3 Super Bowls right now? Sure, he's played a little longer than Jalen. He's been in the league a little longer, but he's got 3 Super Bowls, right? You can say he's a winner. Sure, he lost last year, but I mean, so would you put Jalen as like number 1?
No, I
Would you
never
put him
even said
2?
that. I said when you said Mahomes number 1, I agreed with you. And when you said Josh Allen, I believe you said Allen and
Burrow
who was
number
Flip
2.
flop Allen and Burrow 2 or 3.
oh,
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
in my head is Allen and Lamar 2 or 3 for me. And then Jalen Hurts and then Burrow. Because I think Josh Allen has way much more. I know that he has a tough time getting to the Super Bowl. I know that he has, but the dude is constantly in the playoffs. And like you said, it came out your mouth. Josh Allen, what does he have? You know what I mean? Like if you said that they'd be a lottery team if Josh Allen was not
But
on
I
that
would say,
team.
I would say the same thing though for the Bengals though too. If the Bengals didn't have Joe Burrow, what would the Bengals be? They got no O line and no D.
They'd be a lottery team,
Yeah,
basically.
at least the
Yeah,
Bills
it'd
have
be
an O line.
garbage.
I'll say that. The Bengals
I
be a
agree,
lottery
but let
team.
me tell you something though. When Jalen Hurts was off the Eagles, do we win when Jalen Hurts is not around?
Who do we play with last
Are
year?
the
We had
Eagles a
Wentz.
Yeah, they can.
Wentz and Nick Foles.
Wentz
Yeah.
was before Jalen Hurts even came around.
Yeah,
And when Wentz was around, we started losing. We put Jalen Hurts in, we started winning. And that was his rookie year.
I'm gonna say any team has a best chance on this team because this team is constructed very well. You could plug a quarterback in, bro. I'm not saying Hurts is not a winner, like Rob said. He 100% has the mindset for sure he's a winner. But I will say this: I'm not saying anybody could just come in and do what Hurts does, but could we be a formidable team? For sure. If the quarterback isn't sometimes, you know what I mean? If you have a game manager, you might be able to make the play. I'm not saying you win the Super Bowl, but this team is constructed very well. With the receivers and
give massive props to Howie Roseman.
It
He
is
does an amazing job.
And I'm a big Eagles fan, so I'm like you would think I would be biased, but I got to be objective and say, nah, Hurts is just he's just not better than Burrow.
Biased. It's the truth about the future of the NFL and what the quarterback position is going to look like. I'm not even saying
we don't know that though for sure. We don't know for sure.
I'm saying this because of what I've seen in front of me. In terms
no, I agree
of
with you.
Win.
I agree
like
with you there.
Who is winning? Who is a winner? Who, yes, because all these things we're arguing, but at the end of the day, when Eagles and Bengals went head to head, Bengals didn't lose because of their defense. Actually, Bengals lost because Joe Burrow threw 2 interceptions and cost. Yeah, Joe Burrow threw 2 interceptions in that game, and Jalen Hurts didn't turn the ball over. So I look at stuff like that, and I know that everyone's wrapped up in the passing stats and the shine of how good you look, but you have to look at what do you contribute to your team? Are you the reason that your team loses? Are you the reason that your team wins? Or are you not the reason that your team loses?
I mean, you throw
And I
5,000
think that Joe
yards.
Burrow at times is the reason that his team loses sometimes because of the passing. The more it's simple math. The more you pass, the more probability you are to turn the ball over
They don't have a
through
run
an
game,
interception.
bro. They don't have a
Right?
run.
I think the issue is we're measuring on different kind of
Yeah,
values. I think.
Things,
Like
yeah.
we're more measuring. I guess me and Steve more measuring on pure quarterback attributes. I'm not measuring on winning. I'm not measuring on leadership. I'm talking about pure quarterback attributes.
Are
It
you
means
factoring in the rush yards though?
no, just quarterback.
That's what I'm saying.
Pure
But
quarterback.
that's what I'm
Pure
saying.
quarterback.
The rush yards are now for the modern day quarterback. The rushing yards are now being for me and how I'm measuring a quarterback is also through your dual threat capability. Modern
so
day.
so here's the thing. I
Pure
agree. I
pass.
think we're
Pure
going on a lot.
passer, Joe Burrow is better than Jalen Hurts. Let me just put that out there. I will say that as a pure passer,
Okay.
pure passer,
Yeah, I think that's where
Joe
we're
Burrow is better
different.
than
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts.
I think that's
100%.
where we're different.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. But from the variable of what I'm measuring the quarterback position from, I'm factoring in the dual threat capability. I'm factoring in like a lot leadership. I'm factoring in a lot of different things that directly affect a team because like even with Tom Brady, like yeah, he was a pocket passer and that back then that was okay. But his leadership, people don't always just talk about the talent with Tom Brady. It was the leadership. It was who he was when he stepped into a room. And this directly affects the moral of the team, the drive of the team. And I think that Hurts is built differently than all these guys. And so that's why I have him at like 4. You know what I mean? I'm not delusional. Like I don't think he's above Allen. I don't think he's above Lamar. And I don't think certainly don't think he's above Mahomes. But if you're gonna sit here and ask me, do I think and I understand what you're saying, Steve, the defense was crap. Defense in Bengals crap. But from when I seen him play the Eagles, which agree or disagree, right now Eagles are the standard, and Eagles are the standard in the NFL. When I saw him play the Eagles, he the defense wasn't the reason they lost. Joe Burrow was the reason that they lost. He turned the ball over twice. Hurts didn't turn the ball over at all. So I'm looking at turnover ability too. Josh Allen. Some people got Jalen Hurts above Josh Allen, and I'm not one of them. But Josh Allen throws like arguably more picks than Jalen Hurts and turns the ball over more than Jalen Hurts, especially if you compare them in that 2022 season.
Yeah, I think we're comparing like a lot of like I like it's like it's a thing like it's we're comparing to like a lot of different things here. I think it's I'm just saying in terms of I agree how Robin from just in terms of pure quarterback like the eye test who you would give the nod to and it's just I still just wouldn't put him above those 3. Now Lamar maybe question if we take all the accolades out and the MVPs and stuff yeah sure I mean he's like there's a lot of other factors too to go into that but it's just yeah I think that those guys are also asked to do a lot more and I do think that factors in they're asked to do a lot you know what I mean it's Josh Allen is asked to do more and same thing with Burrow and even Mahomes like for a while he had Tyreek Hill and like other things I will say like he's got Travis Kelce now he's got Worthy but he's able to do it with like different. I mean, Mahomes is just Mahomes. That's again the eye test, right? You see what Mahomes can do. We've seen some crazy things. I'm not saying that Hurts can't get there. I just personally would rank him 4 or 5. Like I wouldn't quite put him there yet. I think that there's still more to
I respect that. You.
Yeah,
put
it's
him
just
at
me being
least in
on
the top 5, 'cause there's
yeah.
a lot of even Eagles fans that walk around that still he did all this stuff. He proved himself to the franchise. And still they don't want to put him in the top 5. I've heard some crazy people like
He
every
deserves it.
day people don't even want to put him in the top 10 like outside of Philly or outside.
I know he's definitely top 5, bro.
Top 5 for sure.
But
He's definitely
yeah,
top 5. I don't know who the heck are these people.
And so so I'm not even like offended because I understand you guys are our measurables I think are just different. And so I respect your opinions on, hey, listen, what's the most important thing that a quarterback is supposed to be doing? It's passing. I understand and respect that opinion. It's just I don't agree with it. I think it's more and it like intangibles and stuff, and then there's non-intangibles that go into it as well. So that's just my opinion. I do want to throw this little fact out here, this little tidbit. I know this is probably gonna make Steve roll his eyes, but Jalen Hurts has all pro and Joe Burrow doesn't. So that's another factor is into why I put him above Joe Burrow as well.
Yeah, but I'll say this too. Like, we're not really going off of like, if we're not going off accolades, right? We're just going off of pureness. That doesn't it doesn't factor in, right? Because also what Joe Burrow. So we could also say this: Joe Burrow won what the national. He won a national championship too. Joe Burrow with LSU. And also, we could say Lamar Jackson has what 3 MVPs. I mean, we could throw a million different accolades.
Not won the national championship with Alabama.
Yeah, so did Burrow won too. So
he did, but I'm not gonna lie, man. That 2019 LSU team was probably gonna go down as one of the greatest college teams ever, man. That team was loaded, bro. They were putting up like 50 every game, man. Nobody was beating that LSU team, dude.
Yeah, and if we're going by accolades, we could say Lamar Jackson technically might be the best
quarterback
in the league because he's got 3 MVPs, and that's unheard of.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying.
Anybody got a Super Bowl MVP in that? Anybody got a Super Bowl MVP in that one?
Mahomes.
Yes, I never argued Mahomes though. I'm talking about Joe Burrow and yeah, just Joe Burrow. That's the only one.
I will say this: the Bills and the that's the thing. We could go around in circles and just throw different things on this, but I'm just saying that I don't think that the Josh Allen or Joe Burrow has had the team that we had last year. They haven't had that. They haven't.
Put Josh Allen on the Eagles, man. We're winning the Super Bowl, bro.
Yeah, and I would actually say Josh Allen fits us better.
I mean, I agree with that statement. That's true. But
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know with Joe Burrow, honestly, because the way the
he
team
might not
is
fit our
constructed. He doesn't fit our system. Yeah, Josh Allen though fits us well, though. I will say that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Josh Allen can run too. Yeah, so
I don't really like the hypotheticals personally, but
that's what makes it so much fun, though.
Exactly. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. You put Lamar here too. Lamar's a rusher quarterback too. You put Lamar here. I mean,
they only started making hypotheticals.
Yeah, but Lamar's not that good of a thrower. No, but Lamar's not that good of a thrower though, man.
Yeah, Jalen's
not that good of a passer. Jalen's a much better passer than Lamar, bro. Yeah, Lamar can run. I think Lamar's probably the best rusher in the NFL. But bro, his passing, man, there's a reason why the Ravens choke in the playoffs, man. When it comes time, bro, he can't make the throws that he needs to make.
Yeah, he had 2 or 3 picks in that game, like what was it, 2 years ago? And that game was embarrassing. They only put up 10 points.
Yeah, he threw some bad balls last year too against the Bills. He threw some.
That's why I cannot put Lamar above Burrow, bro. I know you wanted to put Lamar above Burrow. I cannot put him above Burrow. Like,
I can't, man. He's one of
bro.
MVP.
Nah.
And then on top of that, like, didn't Lamar win more than 1 MVP? Or am I tripping?
Yeah,
he has 3.
Yeah, see, bro, listen, I'm looking at those factors too, man.
But Burrow's been to a Super Bowl, bro. I mean, he's been to a Super Bowl. Lamar hasn't even got out of the second round.
That's another reason I got Jalen Hurts above Joe Burrow. He's been to 2 Super Bowls with 2 different teams. He's been to a Super Bowl without Saquon Barkley. So, I mean, I don't know. Like you said, though, we could go in circles because it's like, we could go in circles all night about this because all these guys are so talented. They got all good individual accolades. This is a top 5 QB in the NFL argument. So everybody has.
It depends on what the needle or what we're comparing it at. That's what's always going to be the question. I mean, if you're a top 5 quarterback, that's no slouch. That's what I'm saying. It ain't no taking.
It ain't no joke.
That's no joke.
Yeah, Hurts my guy.
It is no joke.
Yeah, I mean, for me, my top 5 will be Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, I had 3. Jalen Hurts at 4, then I'll have Lamar at 5.
Yeah, that's my same too. That's my same exact same.
That's fair. That's
fair. And I don't know why people say that that Jalen Hurts not even a top 5. Like maybe
they had him out the top 10. Like, wait,
those people. Listen, whoever these people are, I'll get them in my car and I'll drive them over to the friend's hospital. All right, it's only like a 15-minute ride from my house, man. Let's go.
The rankings where they had what's his name? Why am I blanking on his name for Washington? what the quarterback.
Jane Daniels.
Yeah, Jaden Daniels. There you go.
Oh.
People have Jaden Daniels above him. I'm like, how?
What?
He got moved to
That's
NFC
crazy. Yeah, one season. It's
Yeah,
disrespectful.
Yeah,
You
and then they
can
had
pull
Goff.
RG3, bro. Like
They had Goff above him. I'm like, Goff's not above him either. Some people had Stafford above him. I'm like, bro, no.
Yeah, okay,
dude.
man.
We whooped them
Yeah,
twice.
alright.
We beat Stafford twice. We beat Jaden Daniels 2 out of 3. Hurts went down in the one game. So I'm like, you can't do that, bro. That's just crazy. That's delusional. Like that's delusional. But like in all bias aside, I agree. Rob, you were gonna say you said you had Mahomes at 1.
Yeah, same exact as Marius. Mahomes, Allen number 2, Burrow 3, Hurts 4, Lamar 5.
I would agree with that. I'd say the closest one you might be able to flip would be like actually Burrow and Allen, but I would actually put Allen at 2 and then Burrow at 3. And then
Yeah, that's what I have.
Yep, I would put that. And then Hurts at 4 and Lamar at 5.
Can we just acknowledge, Joe, for 1 second that Kenny Pickett was a drop Devontae Smith pass away from beating Jaden Daniels? Like, can we just acknowledge that for 1 second? Like, I don't understand why or who is putting Jaden Daniels in the top 5 after 1
I mean,
season.
I will say this, he had a good year, but no way in hell is he better than all these other quarterbacks.
Exactly.
They had a good year. I'll give them that. Me for a guy to come in his first year and take the team to the NFC Championship. Hey, I'll give all the credit in the world, man. Even though they got smacked in the NFC title game, bro, it's impressive for a rookie to take that organization to the title game, especially when the Commanders have been trashed for so long. So they had a great year. I'm not taking that away from them, man. But this notion that he's better than all these other guys, bro, like, come on, man. Matter of fact, I actually agree with Rich on this one, man, when he said in the earlier shows, bro, that Jane Daniels might get exposed this year because now teams have film on him.
Yep, exactly. We're gonna see what happens. They that's crazy. I will say it was really impressive to take it exactly like that. Just doesn't happen that a rookie takes a team to the championship game. That just doesn't happen. But it's crazy, man. The amount of hype he's gotten in 1 year. You need a bigger sample size to put him in like at where some people put him at like 6. I'm like, dude, you cannot put him at 6. He's had 1 year.
He has no resume. He has no
sample.
accolades, no resume. You didn't win anything. Like, you didn't do anything in the league. Like, all the guys in the top 5 that we were talking about
have a
all
resume.
won some type of something.
Like
Like, whether
I'd probably
it's
put
individual.
Goff at 6. Yeah, like if I had to go outside top, I'd probably put Goff at 6, maybe. Like I don't know that even that one's it's tough. I'll be honest. I'd put maybe even the way Baker Mayfield played last year. You probably put Baker top 10. I mean, the Baker.
Don't forget about Jordan Love.
Yeah, I'd give Jordan Love. He struggled a little bit last year, but I put him top 10 still.
I'd put Stafford at 6.
Yeah, I was gonna say, will Stafford be top 10 too when healthy? Yes, I'll put Stafford. I'd probably put
Stafford and Golf is in there for sure.
Yeah, exactly. So I would actually say that probably makes the top 10 for me. I'm like, I've seen some of them had Dak in the top 10. I'm like, they had Dak over Hurts. I'm like, what the hell is like?
Dak is average at best, bro. He's probably like number 12 or number 13. He's a good average quarterback.
He's mid. Yeah, he's mid.
Yeah, he's mid. He can put up stats when he needs to, but then he'll choke when he needs to. So that's that.
Remember the 1 year he led the league in picks. So I'm like, was that a couple years ago?
Bro,
he led the league in receptions. So it's.
I'm shocked he's getting paid $60 million, bro. That was news to me, dude. God damn, man. No wonder, Jerry. What the fuck are you doing, bro? Like, I know you got money, but god damn, bro. Like, seriously, $60 million.
Horrible. Yeah, it's just I don't know. I hope, like I said, I hope he lives till he's 200. State owner, I love it. But yeah, it's just it's gonna be interesting, man. I just. We have the best team top to bottom, in my opinion. Like I said, minus health or injuries or mindset, no reason this team can't be competing for an opportunity to try to repeat.
I can't fucking wait, bro. It's gonna be a fun season, man. I'm looking forward to it, bro. All starts off tomorrow. Oh, I think did I get in too late? Did you guys already make your predictions for the game tomorrow before I bounce?
Yeah, we didn't give like score predictions, but we just said that we all think the Eagles are gonna win and win pretty big. I think, right? Is that what we're all agreeing on? I don't know score-wise. If we had to put a score, I guess we could just do a quick score thing. I'm going to say should I try to be – I don't know. I think the Eagles – I'm going to say 40-21 Eagles. I think we're going to beat them pretty bad. I think we're going to put 40 on them. What do you guys think? They might not even put 21 on us. What do you guys think?
I got the Eagles 35-21. Cowboys going to put up some numbers. You know, they do got two great receivers, but you know that defense is gonna give in for sure. So we putting up points, 35.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm closer to Steve on this one. Eagles, but I was actually saying it because I was looking at the score behind me, and I'm thinking that's more in line of what we would do to the Cowboys season, first game of the season coming out. 40, I say 40-22, and I say we sit our starters again by the fourth quarter.
Yeah, we gotta have a repeat of the Super Bowl score. I like it. I hope so. That'll be hilarious.
All right, yeah, I got the Eagles winning 100-0.
I think that sounds like the most realistic for tomorrow, bro.
And I mean, realistically, I'll probably say we were the Eagles 34, Cowboys 17.
Okay. We're all winning. We're all picking double-digit wins.
But I like my first pick though better. I think 100-0 sounds better.
Damn, you going triple-digit.
Yep.
Triple-digit dub. That's like a college score.
Jerry gonna be in the booth smiling and shit. It's 100-0.
They're gonna have Jason Garrett in there clapping.
Coach Clapp.
They're gonna be doing Jerry Jones chants in Lincoln Financial Field. He's gonna be clapping and smiling.
There's gonna be a banner up on this thing. It's gonna say GM of the Year, Jerry Jones.
There you go, man. My man's made history again.
Well, thank you, Jerry.
Yeah, thank you. It's gonna be like one of those things in the cloud when someone passed away. Thank you, Jerry.
Thank you, Jerry.
Have his head with the doves around him.
Oh god.
Yeah, I'm excited though, man. I'm excited. This was good, man. That's crazy. This went 2 hours long. Jeez. We got into some debates there.
Good, man. That's
Nah,
good.
it's all fun.
Yeah,
though,
it's
man.
good. Yeah, it's good. Good.
It's all fun, man.
As you see both sides.
We
Yes,
gotta
sir.
bring the fire takes, man. We gotta, I like it. I like it.
Yeah, we ain't always gonna agree on everything. That's what makes it good, though. You know, we have some good discussion and stuff, and that's what makes everything good. You know. Oh man, but yo, guys, let's go Birds. Next week is back on Thursday. We're actually doing after hours next Thursday. It'll be at 9. But yeah, for this one, go Birds. Get this episode out the way early. We got the game tomorrow, and this time tomorrow will be probably not quite halftime yet, but hopefully the Eagles are whooping some ass by this time tomorrow night.
Yeah, maybe we can rest our starters at halftime. Who knows?
That'd be crazy. Can you imagine? Damn, but go Birds. Let's get it, guys. Good one to open up the season. We'll definitely have some more as the season goes on. But let's beat the Cowgirls.
Yes,
Go,
sir.
bro.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
thanks for inviting me on the show, bro. I appreciate it. Good seeing you boys, man. Hope to see y'all tomorrow, bro. And go Birds. Let's get it, man.
Go Birds.
Yes, sir. Likewise.
Go
Thank you,
Birds.
Rob, Rich, Mario. Thank you guys for coming on. Go Birds. Have yourselves a great night, guys. And next week, guys, we'll see you for episode 227. Have a good night.
Peace.
Good night.